Streaming worldwide, this is the Gospel America Television Network. It's time for Real Talk with the Jenkins, featuring Lady MJ, Pastor Marcella Jenkins, and Dr. G, Dr. Gary Jenkins. And now, let's join Real Talk with the Jenkins.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Real Talk with the Jenkins. I'm Dr. G.
I'm Lady MJ.
And we are the Jenkins. And somebody who's with us all the way from Through God Comes Justice Jail Ministry is Karen Peiser. I want to welcome you, Karen.
Thank you. It's so glad to be here.
Sorry, it took us a little while to get set up.
That's all right.
Tell us a little bit about Through God Comes Justice Jail Ministry. What is that all about?
Okay, Through God Comes Justice Jail Ministry started 27 years ago, and we have an office in the Tom Green County Detention Center. Mm-hmm. The Lord has blessed us and helped us throughout these years. Just last year alone, we were able to give out over 1,200 Bibles to inmates in the Tom Green County Detention Center. Also, 4,273 Bible studies. So
wait a minute, say that again. Well, hold it. How many Bible studies?
4,273 Bible correspondence. When we give them the Bible, what we do is we put a Bible study in, we give them daily scriptures and everything. Then if they return the first one, they go through the Way, they go through the Basic, they go through Joseph, they go through Abraham, then they go totally through Romans. By the time they finished, and each one they get a certificate, and they're so proud of that because they've accomplished something which they felt, being incarcerated, they haven't done that before. There's about 552 beds in the new jail, and so we have a big, we have a lot to be able to give out Bibles, and they are free. Mm-hmm. We are a 501c, we're nonprofit, we're faith-based, mm-hmm. and so we depend on those that love the Lord to help us out and to give for our ministry.
Well, the Bible studies, Karen, they send them back in.
Yes.
And we actually look at them and grade them. And
yes. We have over 150 volunteers, and our volunteers go in the jail. We can go 3 times a week. We go Sundays for an hour. We go Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2 to 3 and 7 to 8. And Sundays is 10 to 11. And during that time, we're really blessed.
Is Sundays 10 to 11 or 9?
9 to 10.
9 to 10, yes.
9 to 10. Got that wrong.
Yes.
Anyway, we now have a conference room. When we were in the old jail downtown, yes. There were the bars, and they would be in the other side of the bars, and it was very awkward because a lot of the others that didn't want to listen to the gospel would flush toilets and do all these things.
Yeah.
But now we have a conference room.
Yeah.
So we go in there and they come in. They bring their Bibles that we've given them. If they don't have a Bible, we make sure they get one, and we have a Bible study with them. And the Lord has really blessed. Linda just said this morning, one of the ladies got out. She went to a church and she accepted Christ last night. But
Praise God.
We have had so many accept Christ or rededicated their lives. Just alone last year, 489 inmates that have accepted Christ or rededicated their lives.
Wow.
And we have just finished a 5-year plan, which we're very, very excited about because we're kind of isolated in the jail. We do Christmas Hope, which is another thing. We give out over 500 toy packages with Bibles in them for children of the inmates. And we deliver them personally here in San Angelo, and if the kids are out of town, we send them by UPS.
We'll talk about how you get the volunteers to support you and getting all of the Bibles and all of the gifts at Christmas time, because you have an awesome program for the children of inmates
right.
During the Christmas time. And we're going to talk about that. when we come back in a moment. You're watching Real Talk with the Jenkins. I'm Dr. G.
I'm Lady MJ.
And we are the Jenkins.
Real Talk with the Jenkins. We'll be right back after these messages. The definition of an expert is a person who has comprehensive knowledge, skill, and experience in a particular field. Michelangelo was an expert in sculpting and painting. But if you're looking for an expert in transmissions, then look no further than Gray's Transmissions. So if you find yourself in need of a new transmission, you need to make sure you have someone with expertise and experience.
We should know because we're the experts.
Need an oil change? Then Gentle Touch Fast Lube on Sherwood Way is where you need to be. We are a safety inspection station, checking all fluids and your air filter. We have major brands of oil, both synthetic and regular. Here's what customers are saying about Gentle Touch Fast Lube.
Fast Lube gets me in and out. Fantastic job, fantastic crew. They get me in and out.
Celebrating our 29th anniversary, fast, friendly, and family-owned Gentle Touch Fast Lube. And now, back to Real Talk with the Jenkins.
We're back, and you're watching Real Talk with the Jenkins. I'm Dr. G.
I'm Lady MJ.
And we are the Jenkins. And our special guest is Karen Peiser from Through God Comes Justice Jail Ministries. And we want to, let's talk about, if you don't mind for a moment, you have so many programs going on throughout the year, and one of my favorite ones is the Christmas program, where the children of inmates get toys.
Right.
And tell us about that, and how does that all come about?
It came about several years ago. When we first started, I can remember, we've sort of moved every which way. We started in the building by the jail that they put all their stuff that they collected. It was no heat, nothing else. But anyway, people would donate from the churches, and we'd have these boxes and boxes of toys. And from there we moved to the basement of one place, and then we went to Russ Street, then we went to Harris Avenue, and now we are doing it out at the First Presbyterian Church Lake House, which is an excellent place to do it. But while we did our 5-year plan for our ministry, we want to have a place outside of the jail because we can't have people coming in and out in our office. Mm-hmm. And so our main aim right now is a building somewhere in San Angelo where we can meet the needs of the children, of the parents, the families, the grandparents. A lot of grandparents are bringing these kids up. And we want to reach out. Our mission is to empower the inmates and their families. That's so important with faith-based programs. So we are going to put in for a grant to try to get this, to support this building where we can have Bible study, we can have celebrate recovery, all these things that will help. When I first started the jail ministry, probably 17, 18 years ago, the inmates would get out of the jail and just get out. Mm-hmm. If they go in at 2 a.m., they're let out at 2 a.m. and their old life is waiting for them. Mm-hmm. Now we have so many support groups. We have Fresh Start, we have Bishop Street, we have Hopper House, we have Turning Point, where while they're there in the jail, we can refer them and they can get out and go to these places where they'll be saturated with the Word and taught community service and get jobs. Because our aim is to have effective community integration.
Well, let's
we
talk
want
about
to
that
help
for a
the
minute,
community.
if we can. And I don't mean to cut you off, but how impactful, I should say, has these programs been in the lives of inmates? And how do you know how it affects the rate of recidivism, repeat offenders coming back to jail?
Yes. In fact, our meeting was at the Lighthouse Church here in town, mm-hmm. and the deacon's wife was incarcerated several years ago. She gave her testimony. She said she was in and out and in and out. She could not get to that point where she can get her life together. she said the ladies came in and did Bible study, and finally she gave her life to the Lord. Now she is on fire for the Lord. She's the deacon's wife, and she just had a wonderful, wonderful testimony. And if anybody wants to look on our Facebook page, Through God Comes Justice, this week especially, we're putting all these testimonies. And we also have a brochure, and in here it's the before and after. I think I'm the only one, or maybe two of us, I'm on the board of directors, I'm the secretary of the board, that have not been incarcerated. All these ones have wonderful testimonies. They've turned around and now they're in the ministry, and sometimes it's hard for them to even get approved to go in the jail. Like Linda, who's our jail chaplain, it took her 3 times to get approved to go in. She is dynamic.
Yes, she is.
We have 2 good chaplains. We have Dennis Trujillo for the men and Linda Freeman for the women.
Yeah,
yes, there's so many wonderful, successful stories.
Yeah, they are very dedicated too.
Yes, very, very dedicated.
Dennis has a full-time job.
Right.
Plus, he, he's the chaplain. Plus, he comes in during the week, on Sundays. He's doing stuff, after work and everything.
Right, and he's always on his phone with them. If there's needs, they have to do death. Tell the inmates if they've had a death in the family.
Yes.
They have a lot to do, and they're only really part-time, but they don't work part-time.
No.
Yeah,
what I'm amazed with is that how Linda, she was she still is part-time, but she had a job too, and she came over to us now. And she's so busy getting things like Bibles.
Right.
We don't pay for the Bibles.
Yes.
People donate those to us.
Well, we pay for some of them.
Some of them, okay.
But since she's come in, we were paying quite a bit for Bibles. Since she's come, she's gotten contacts, and she's gotten the New King James Version free now. But we do have to pay for the others, but they're like $5, and she's trying to get them less. She gets them in bulk. No, we use every dollar to the best. I tell you it. Through God Comes Justice.
Yes, and just to get the inmates interested. Some of the Bibles are cartoon, right? Cartoon Bibles.
And we have a big thing coming up. San Angelo Gives. We're so excited because this is a big fundraiser. Our goal is $30,000. It's a big goal, but we are praying hard. We're passing out different things, but our goal, we want to expand, we want to help the community, and our verse is Matthew 25, 35, and 36. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me. That is our verse, and that's our aim, is Through God Comes Justice.
I just want to say one thing too. A lot of people in our community does not know about Through God Comes Justice. And it's a very, very important ministry, because now we are working with these people, inmates, some repeated.
Right.
But when we get them back out and they receive Christ in their life, they are now better in the community.
Right.
They're not homeless or, sex offenders. They're getting their lives together.
Right.
And that's why it's so important to help, because we don't have, the way that we get our money is through giving.
Right. Right. Yeah. And we want people to know what we are doing. And,
yes.
And who is it? I think Linda says, just remember, when they get out, they may be your neighbor.
Yeah.
That's true. That's very, very true.
Yes, and you want them to be healthy. And not healthy just in your body.
That's why we want to expand and get this place where we can have Bible studies. We can do things all year round with the kids. We're going to start doing backpacks and school supplies and add on from our Christmas Hope. So that's next year we're very excited about.
I know we're jumping around a lot, but Christmas Hope is just not for the children. The families benefit as well.
Right. We deliver food boxes with the gifts. I forgot about that.
Yes.
And if they're family of 4, they get 2 food boxes, and if it's under, they get food box. They're pretty heavy, and we all deliver them, but it's such a joy. I went once, and the little boy, and we were given New Testaments. He says, "Can I have one of those?" I said, "I think I'll get a Bible for you." So I went back, and we had some children's Bibles, and I went back and I gave it to him, and he was so thankful and impressed. We want those kids to find Christ.
Yes.
Well, I think they do, because it's not about just giving Bibles or some other materialistic thing, especially at Christmas, the toys. Those are very nice gestures, but people often will not remember what you say to them, but they will remember how you make them feel.
Right.
Yes, yes.
And
good thought.
you said something earlier that struck an accord with me, and that is one day they're going to be your neighbors. And it'd be real cool to have a former inmate who's your neighbor who was so touched by Through God Comes Justice jail ministry that they want to invest in the community in a way that'll be a blessing to other people, because I believe that you do reap what you sow, and if you sow good, good's going to come back, and that goes for a community as well. So I really applaud Through God Comes Justice jail ministry, and you and Linda and Dennis and all of the people that the volunteers. How many volunteers did you say we have?
We have around 150
150
now.
volunteers from all over the San Angelo Concho Valley area. That's amazing.
And at our next meeting, we're going to have tables for more opportunities for volunteers, and so hopefully we're going to have more. We just had a training, and we had 17 at the training.
Wow.
So
And
that's
if you're-
17 more.
If you're interested, you can come to our Bible study meetings, I guess, or gatherings every last Monday of the month.
Last Monday of the month.
Yes.
Not in May.
Not in May.
But every other month.
We have it
and-
at different churches, so if your church wants to open up your doors to us so that we can come in and do it, the way you can find out about where we're going to be, because we go to different places, is on our website.
Yes.
That is
Facebook.
Facebook.
God Comes Justice. And then we also have a website, a wonderful website, and I would encourage everybody to check it out. We've just had it completely redone, and all our information's there. But especially look on Facebook, because there's going to be a lot of live testimonies, and you'll know more about what we're doing. It does make a difference. You can't say, "Oh, they did something wrong, go to jail, put them there, put them away." No, their lives, and they need the touch of Jesus.
Well, speaking of the touch of Jesus, we're going to touch a commercial break. You're watching Real Talk with the Jenkins. I'm Dr. G.
I'm Lady MJ, and we are the Jenkins.
Real Talk with the Jenkins. We'll be right back after these messages. The definition of an expert is a person who has comprehensive knowledge, skill, and experience in a particular field. Michelangelo was an expert in sculpting and painting. But if you're looking for an expert in transmissions, then look no further than Gray's Transmissions. So if you find yourself in need of a new transmission, you need to make sure you have someone with expertise and experience.
We should know good experts.
Need an oil change? Then Gentle Touch Fast Lube on Sherwood Way is where you need to be. We are a safety inspection station, checking all fluids and your air filter. We have major brands of oil, both synthetic and regular. Here's what customers are saying about Gentle Touch Fast Lube.
Fast Lube gets me in and out. Fantastic job, fantastic crew. They get me in and out.
Celebrating our 29th anniversary, fast, friendly, and family-owned Gentle Touch Fast Lube. And now, back to Real Talk with the Jenkins.
Well, welcome back. I'm Lady MJ.
I'm Dr. G.
And we are
the
Jenkins.
Jenkins. We're going to miss that one up.
up.
But that's okay.
But yes, there is a special event coming up, I understand, and I'm going to let Karen tell us about this.
Our big fundraiser is San Angelo Gives. It starts Tuesday, but their pre-giving is open. There are gifts, and every gift is usually is amplified because the foundation gets different businesses in town to give extra money. And so certain times of the day you can double your money, and what we're pushing for is to give beforehand, before Tuesday, May 7th. That's when the big day, Tuesday, May 7th. And you can give online to sanangelogives.org, and then they'll send you through everything. Which agency do you want to give? And of course we want you to pick up through God Comes Justice Ministries.
Yes.
Okay.
And we're just so excited about this time because it really helps us. If we get our 30,000 goal, which hopefully maybe we'll even go over it, I hope. It helps us to buy the Bibles, to pay our staff, and to pay all our bills, which we certainly want to do.
Yes.
So we are really pushing hard that people will help us out and they will give. We're looking forward to amplification. If we get enough given beforehand, we'll get a $500 amplification, and that is a lot. So we love San Angelo Gives. It's a wonderful, wonderful time. It's all nonprofits, and you can give to any nonprofit. And our town is very generous, and we're so happy that we're able to do that through San Angelo Gives.
Now, I understand that the inmates are very creative,
Yes.
and they're very, how's the best way to say that? Artistic.
Right.
And you have some examples that you can share with us. You want to
Yes.
let our viewers see some of that?
It's very, very exciting right now because the inmates.
Hold it over this way a little bit so they can see it.
Okay.
There you go.
See? Okay.
That
Okay.
camera there.
They do art, and when the chaplains go in and the different ones, they'll see the art they do. And so they decided to have them turn in different art projects that they've had. So they've given them paper and given them what they need to do it. And this is our Easter card, and we put it on and give it out. And also, we had an art contest.
Okay. And
This
we're
is
gonna-
some of the art that comes out.
And we're going to push this over this way
Okay.
so that we can share that.
And it's amazing.
Look at that. That's a beautiful. Look at that. How gorgeous that is. ASU.
Yes.
Hey, man.
We had them turn in. We had an art contest. We got the whole jail involved, all the officers, everyone to vote. They had several on the table, and they all voted for them. And then they've done it twice, and the same guy won twice. But the third time, one of the women won, and it's just giving them something to do, and they're able to show what they can do. We've connected with a ministry, a prison ministry that's going to have an art show, and they're going to include some of the art of our inmates, which we're so excited that, and to them it feels like they've accomplished something.
Yes.
Because they've been told they're no good and down most of their lives, and this has really done a lot. And that's why the jail loves us. The captain will come by and he'll say, "This is through God Comes Justice. They do what we can't do." This is the God Squad.
The God Squad. I like that term, the God Squad.
And what we need to remember, and so important, is that we all make mistakes.
Right.
And if we look back over our lives, some of us may have been put in jail too, but because of God's grace and mercy, we didn't go down that road.
That's right.
So we really can't turn our noses up and turn our attention away, but continue to lift them up and pray for them and point them in the right direction.
Look at how beautiful this is. Let's pull that up a little closer. That is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to try to angle it so the light doesn't reflect off of it. He is risen, and that's an inmate. Not only does this reflect the artwork, but you know what else, Karen, this reflects? This reflects how that inmate is thinking.
Right.
This is a mirror of what is in their hearts,
Yes.
what's in their mind. And you can't get better than that. When somebody who says, man, I messed up, instead of wallowing in the fact that they messed up and absorbing all the negativity that I'm no good, I'm never going to be any good, blah, blah, blah. They heard a message of hope. They were befriended by the volunteers that come in through God Comes Justice Jail Ministries. And guess what? Lives are changed. Families get healed. I feel like I'm preaching right now.
Amen, brother.
and you know what, Karen? When families get healed, communities get healed.
Amen.
That's right.
Amen.
And I really am impressed, and I want to certainly thank you so much for taking the time to be with us on Real Talk with the Jenkins. And if you are a person who is interested in volunteering with Through God Comes Justice Jail Ministries, get a hold of Karen or Dennis or Linda. Give somebody, what's the phone number they can call? Or they can go on Facebook and look and check out Through God Comes Justice Jail Ministry. And I guarantee you, you will find that your time that you're investing is well worth it.
Okay, our phone number is 325-703-2378. And just we have emails through God Comes Justice Ministry .org.
Okay, through God Comes Justice Ministry.org. All right. Okay, well, we got to head out of here. Our time is up. We're having fun.
Yeah, we're having fun.
Well, we certainly want to take the time to say thank you to all of our viewers. Thank you for allowing us to come into your home each week and talk about what's happening in the community. And we also want to thank our sponsors who take the time to support Real Talk with the Jenkins and the Gospel America television network here on Fox. So we thank God for all of you, and we really appreciate it. Keep us in your prayers. Will you do that? You're watching Real Talk with the Jenkins. I'm Dr. G.
I'm Lady MJ.
And we are the Jenkins.
Streaming worldwide, this is the Gospel America Television Network.